Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video, and thanks for watching. Thank you to my day ones. Thank you for your support and sticking by me. Thank you to all the new subscribers that's here, that really cares. Not the ones that's here being nosy, just so they can run back and keep up crap. And run tell other people that I'm talking about them. The ones who truly care about my channel. Thank you. Thank you for all of the donations that's been coming in. I appreciate you so much. Just send a couple shout outs. Thank you to Trayshawn, Catrell, Cheryl, Vanessa, Jason, and Quentin. Thank you so much. If I missed anybody, I'll get to you next time. Let's get to it, y'all. It's a lot to talk about, and we need to get to it. Now, I want to break some things down to you. I want to talk about some stuff that I've been checking into, and I am going to step on some toes today. I know I am. I really don't care, because we need answers. So if I have to step on toes to get them, so be it. Okay. Now, let me see who I want to talk about first. Let's get to the new stuff that's coming in right now. Now, allegedly, word on the street and elsewhere, people are coming into authorities and they are giving character witness statements. Now, you want to know who? They're giving character witness statements on Christian Officer, y'all. Now, I don't know if y'all keeping up with the news, but another officer was arrested recently. Another one. And they had to turn themselves in. Matter of fact, I will read it to you so you can know what's going on at the Dallas PD department. So, let's see here. Let's pull the story up real quick so we can talk about that and get that out the way. Another officer at the Dallas Police Department faces charges in Arbery incident, turns himself in. Authorities said the charges Thomas Hartman faces are in connection with an incident that occurred on March the 6th in Arbery. Okay. A senior, I think it says March 13th, 2021, Dallas. A senior corporal with the Dallas Police Department has turned himself in after being accused of assault and tampering with a witness. Officials said. Dallas police officials said Thomas Hartman was taken into custody Friday after turning himself in at the Denton County Sheriff's Office. So, there's another one, y'all. Allegedly another dirty cop. Okay? I'm wondering when they're gonna catch up with Christian Officer. It must be soon, y'all, because word on the street, like I said, people are putting in statements as a character witness of her, and they are saying that they know her from school. They knew her from school. They knew her from church, and they know her from work. Other people are saying, talking from work. They are saying things, y'all. They are talking about how she has followed. Bishop Hypocrite all over the place, like a little lap dog. They say she came from, what was it, Jordan Baptist Church. Wow, she went way back. People went way back. They said they've been knowing her since then. And they say she was a little hoochie mama, y'all. Running around chasing Bishop Hypocrite back then. They said that they were actually doing the do in the car, y'all. That's how heated up they were back in the days. If this is the case, should have been on Cheetahs, y'all. But anyway, I don't know how long he been single, but word on the street is she been chasing him for a very long time. Back where, like they said, when he was at Jordan or something, she used to sit in his seat at the congregation, y'all. And you know what that means. That's my piece right there. She used to sit in his seat. Now, he has moved this church from, first it was in South Dallas on Carpenter Street. Then moved to Pastor Ricky Rush old church. She went with him there. So this association been going on a long time. And she's lying to her boss, telling them that she only know him through church. So and she's been following him for the longest. And the members said that she was having dealings with him in the car. Okay? They are leaving character witnesses statements. And that's amazing to me. Because people know she's dirty. Now, they said she used to be kind of quiet. But she was always a hoochie. But they said she was kind of, you know. And they said, of course, they say she was spoiled and all of that. She was spoiled. Now, then they say his church moved to, from there to Duncanville. This is what these people are saying in the statements. Moved to Duncanville. Now, they saying recently, he just built a new church. Within this year to a couple years ago, he built a new church. Now, you know it's some money being moved, y'all. When you can build your own church from the ground up, it's a lot of money being moved around, okay? And like I said, they said she's lying, that she has been messing with this man for years. And they saying, too, that he was really, really wild back in the days. And they saying now that, even though he's older, it's still a lot of women chasing him. That's why they're wearing all these little tight clothes to the church and looking like they going to the club, but they going to the church. This is why a lot of women is chasing this man. They want to be, Mama Bear. They want to be Mrs. Hypocrite. So allegedly she got a lot of, competition. And allegedly, he been messing around with others. So that goes to show you I was right about what I said. That they're using her. And they're using her because somebody in her family, the mother or the father was an officer. And then now she's an officer. So now, she got a little pull. And they try to make her out to be a hero back a couple, and I showed y'all already that report about what happened at Walgreens. A man struggled this man down and got his hand behind his back. Not her. She just stood there and held her little piece. But they made her out to be the hero. So, it is what it is. This is how they do things. But the question is now, y'all, is she going to turn on her man? Because y'all know it's a show that used to come on For My Man or something like that, but they was like doing all kind of crimes for their man and all of this stuff. And when a person is in love, and I mean really, really in love with somebody, they will do anything. A lot of them. Okay? And that's including crime. So the question is, will Christian Officer, break the law for her man when it comes to his kids? That's the question now. Would she break the law? Would she would she have obstruction of justice brought upon her for this man? Because she's right in the inside. She's on the inside. If you show up to the scene of the crime and you're messing with things, allegedly, you handles the outcome of any case being solved. If you're the first one on the scene, you can wipe out fingerprints, you can remove stuff, you can do a lot. Things can come up missing out of the, that little room where they have all the evidence at. You can do a lot. And if she was hoochie like I used to be hoochie, she could get her way in a lot of things. That don't stop her by just dealing with, Bishop Hypocrite. She could have been dealing with somebody on the police station to help her, get to where she want to get to if she don't have access to it. So that means a lot, y'all. Now you have to ask yourself a question too. Is she's going to mess up her career and go down with these people? Or is she going to turn on him and tell? Because I don't see her wanting to spend the rest of her life in jail, because she's a big part of this picture. And people are talking like crazy. Talking about her from high school. They're talking about her from, the church. There are people in the church talking, y'all. They're talking about her where she works at. So she has a lot of people talking right now. And for people to be coming in giving the character statements, they're on to her. Now, let's get back to somebody else that word on the street is. It's amazing the things that you find. Now, the background dancer. Somebody very, very close to him, is saying that he is about to give up his hitters to keep himself from going to jail, to try to get a deal. He's saying he's not going to jail. And I said this a little bit back. I said he seems like he's the one that's tricking on everybody. He tricked on Rainman, saying he playing both sides. He tricked on the DJ. He tricked on him by turning the camera to him, so people wouldn't know that he was there too. And when he turned that camera to him, he wiped his nose. And y'all all know what that means. When you wipe your nose, you're getting rid of somebody. He turned the camera on him, and that's what he showed. Now, not just him. He's tricking on some more people, y'all. He tried to catch Big Bird up by calling him singing a little song and everything. It was funny to him because he wanted to just see how he was going to freeze up or look crazy or whatever, and he did exactly what he thought he was going to do, show guilt. Okay? He's having fun doing this, y'all. He's having a field day. Okay? And he also has the key to everything. He knows everything. He knows about Bubba. He knows about Miss Gloria. He knows about Roy Lee. And he knows about Mo3. He was right there on the scene. Okay? He was right there on the scene. All of these people go to the same church. All of them. They go to the same church and their families. They go to the church together. Now, what I want to talk about is, I do believe that word on the street, that's what's going around about, him about to turn coat on people because he don't want to go to jail. I do believe that. I seriously do. And I do believe that he has a lot of info to give to the police to keep himself out of trouble. And that's why he acts like he's not worried. But you know who is worried, y'all? His hitters. Because they don't know which one of them he's about to sacrifice. Who is he going to turn in to get them off of his back? Ask yourself that question. Now, I know a video recently came out saying that, somebody's pointing the finger at, Vito. Who do y'all think is doing this? Who do y'all think is behind this? Now, another thing that I wanted to discuss, and like I told y'all, I'm going to step on some toes. I really don't care. I don't. Because people playing too many games in the YouTube world, and I ain't for it. Okay? Now, when I first found out about this movie, they claimed that Mo3 was rushing back to get to this movie. Okay? When I first heard about it, that day I heard about it, I was like, I haven't even heard anything about this movie. But then, when I finally hear something about it, I was like, let me go look at the first one that came out. And I went and looked for the first one. And when you go look for the first one, when it comes on, it sounds like a particular blogger. It sounds just like his voice. And it has the name on it of, the production company, I guess, or films. It says Polar Bear Films. So I was like, man, Polar Bear Films? And then the voice sounds like him. And I was like, what is going on? He attached to this movie? Then, of course, all of the reviews start coming in, when I mentioned it. Everybody started saying, wait a minute, y'all, that the movie was trash. I peeked through it, and Lord knows it was trash, y'all. The movie was horrible. Okay? Now, I want to tell y'all something that I've come to this conclusion now. And I recently looked up part 2. And when I looked up part 2, I saw Rainman name on there. And when I saw Rainman's name on that movie, in the credits, when y'all watch the preview, and if y'all think I'm lying, go to YouTube, pull up the movie, part 2, Revenge or something like that. And look at the credits at the end. And look at the name on there. Rain Man is on there. So from this point on, I'm not supporting this movie. And I'm not supporting this movie for the simple fact that in my heart of hearts, I do believe all of this was a serious setup. And I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to tell you everything and everybody that I feel they were connected. Okay? Now, let's get to this. Allegedly, before Mo3 came back from out of town, they said that him and Rainman was into it. They got into it. Now, people are saying that he fired him, that, he no longer wanted to work with him. He wanted to work with someone else, that somebody else was coming into play to fill that space. And they're saying that they got into it when they were out of town. Now, if you've watched any of Mo3's old videos or whatever, or other people, they were saying that, they used to ride in a car with them on the way from, the airports or whatever, and they would go home first so that, Mo3 would have to pay and all of this. So they was like cool like that. But this last particular time that they went out of town, they got into it. This is what word on the street is. And when they got into it, they came back separately. Okay? They come back separate. Word on the street is Mo3 went and got one of his baby mamas to get a car for him and put it in their name. So he can have something that, people wouldn't notice while he's riding around and people wouldn't be on him like that. Okay? So you already know who knew about the car, who knew where he was. It was the Skeet sisters and it was Rainman. Okay? Now, Mo3 receives a call from one of the Skeet sisters that tells him to come on through so she can hook him up. Okay? Take care of him. And of course, being the horny person that he was, there he goes. Never mind, baby mama just rented you a car. But you go rent the car through baby mama and go see somebody else. Now, I don't know if him and baby mama was still together. I don't know. But if you're close enough to her for her to go get a car for you, then most likely 9 times out of 10, they were still dealing with each other too. I'm telling you, stuff come back to you when you're doing wrong. Okay? So you use this woman to go get your car so you can go see another woman and spend the night at another woman's house. So he goes and spends the night at this other woman's house. Now, that same night that he went to spend the night at this woman's house, a certain person's son, Bishop Hypocrite, one of his sons sent out a tweet, a post, and it says, "Get right with God." Okay? Now, word on the street is that was, the shout out to all the hitters that it is time. We got them where we want them. Let's do this. That's word on the street from what people are saying. Now, another thing word on the street is allegedly that, that Mo3, while he was there that night, and when the guy sent out the little call for get right with God, everybody that responded and put a like in or whatever, or responded, those were the hitters that was coming for the bag. Okay? Now, I'm going to stop for a second because I want to mention this. Okay? I want to mention the blogger. I'm not going to say his name because it doesn't matter. But he put out that I'm all over the place accusing everybody. Well, let me tell you something. If you got more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over that amount of people that's all gathering together to take out one person, like some punks, then you're going to be all over the place because you got so many people involved that's all over the place. Now, allegedly, even people from out of town came, allegedly, for this event. Okay? Now, let's get back to it, y'all. You have 3 people that's suspect. That's the main suspects. Okay? What the guy that's locked up for. You got 3 people that's the suspects for that. You have Bishop's son. Okay? Bishop Hypocrite. You got one of his sons. Okay? Maybe one of them. Might have been both. I don't know. But I do know the baby boy is the main suspect. Okay? The second suspect, Bebo. Second suspect. Fits the image too. But the main person that fits the image is the first suspect. To a T. Okay? Second suspect fits the image too. Okay? He fits it. His body does. He's skinny. Third suspect fits the body too. Kenny boy. Okay? Kenny boy baby. He fits he fits. His body, everything too. Fits. Okay? All of these people hang out together. All of them. All 3. Now, these 3 people that I just named, they're the ones that fits the suspects that's chasing Mo3. These 3. Okay, this is people that's on the radar. Okay, I didn't put them on the radar. Other people put them on the radar. And this is who they're looking at. So I wish people stop putting words in my mouth saying, oh, I said it was Kenny Boy. No, I didn't say it. I am saying what other people are saying. Okay? He fits just like the others with the tats on the neck and everything, the body, everything. It fits. As far as who would be about it to do it, the one at number 2, they don't say as much. But the other 2, oh, he would handle that. Okay? He has the whole personality of it. And he's always running around playing with his little toys all over the place. He was just even in St. Louis. Okay? Where one of the bloggers live at. So maybe that's why he got scared and did, a U-turn on YouTube. I don't know. But I do know this. These are the 3 people that people are saying are suspects that was chasing him. Now, there is another picture out. Okay? It's another picture of somebody with, a toy in their hand and they're running out looking like they're finna do something. Now, word on the street is somebody was behind him chasing him. And word on the street is when he was running toward, trying to get some help or getting away from the person chasing him, there was somebody in the front that came out. Okay? And they were, using their toy. Now, the person that came out in the front and used their toy, they're saying that this person is the DJ. That he fits, his body, everything fits that image. Okay? It would make sense that he was the one that did it. And the reason why I say this is because he was in the car with the background dancer, which means he left his car somewhere else. Now, if he left his car somewhere else, it makes sense for background dancer to open the door and let you in his car. And the thing, like I just said earlier, when he put the camera on him, he wiped his nose. And everybody should know that's from the streets. When you wipe your nose now, that means that you just took care of some business. You just got rid of somebody. It's done. Okay? This is what is out here. They're saying that he was the one that actually, gave the fatal. Okay? But we don't know. We don't really, we heard somebody say, oh, I know somebody from here and there. And they said the autopsy report said he got shot in the hand and this and that. And then other people were saying it got, it was in the chest. Then other people saying it was in the head. They thought he was saying hand, but he was saying head or head. He thought he was saying head. He was saying hand. So it's been different things coming out. I've also heard that he was, he was shot like 16 times. That's another thing that's coming out that I heard. And that makes sense because you got somebody in the front chasing you. You got somebody coming out on the front, in the back chasing you. I mean, in the back, you got somebody popping out on you on the front when you're running that way. They said other people in the cars was, had toys. Other people that standing around had toys. It was a toy fest on that expressway that day. And for the love of me, I don't know why that is so many cameras. And cameras record movement. And only thing that we're getting is one still picture or 2 still pictures. And we're not getting no footage of the actual movement. And I'm wondering, is that has to do with any cover up too? Did somebody mess with that? Because we don't know. Because we already know that people on the inside are associates of, the people that were against him. Now I ain't got to the juicy part yet. I'm getting to it, y'all. So there you have it. Already you have 4 people that allegedly are suspects. Word on the street, word on, in a precinct as well. People are talking in there. Like I told y'all, people are talking. A lot of people are talking. Okay? Now, let's get to the day of in question. So, He spends the night with the Skeet sister house. That morning, Rainman calls. Hurry up, we got to get to photo shoot. Okay? Now, he leaves there, and there is a discrepancy in the timing. Now, y'all, it's not adding up. In one video, they say that he called Mo3's brother, I think at 11 o'clock. Then another video says that, Mo3 was killed at, 11:58ish or something like that. Almost 12, almost noon. So it's an hour discrepancy. What did he do for an hour, y'all? Now, some people are saying someone was in the car with him. Now, one person gave a hint on his video that it could have been a guy in the car with him, that he stopped, in the hood and picked up a guy, and they went to the store. And he went without anything. We know that's a lie because he had something. Okay? Another person is saying that it was a female in the car with him. They're saying that he stopped at McDonald's. Now, if this is true, why don't we have any footage from McDonald's? Footage saying that he came, either walked in, because I don't know if McDonald's is open there or not. I don't know. Some of them open here, some of them not. Or did he go through the drive-thru? Now, if he went through the drive-thru, and I doubt he would walk in, because he's trying to be low-key anyway, because he just got a car to try to be low-key in. So just say he went through the drive-thru, y'all. There's cameras in the drive-thru at McDonald's. You can even see to the passenger side through these cameras. So we definitely know if there's footage on 11/11, it would have showed him come to McDonald's. So somebody needs to get on that to see if there's footage from McDonald's of who was exactly in the car with him if he went to McDonald's. What female? Now, some people are saying it was a Hispanic that was in the car with him. Now, I just want to throw this little tidbit in, because people like to protect people, and people are going out of their way to protect this certain person, Pinkeye. Okay? People went out their way to put on their page that could not have been Pinkeye, because Pinkeye was in Houston. Okay? So let's go to Pinkeye's page, y'all, from last year. Now, one of her pages is her name, what she performed under. The other one, not the same name. It says Pink P Y, something like that. Anyway, it's two different accounts. Okay? Two different accounts. One account, it says, it started July 9th. That was one of the accounts that she started posting July 9th, which I doubt, but that's what it says. The second post says, guess what? The second post says, y'all, and it's crazy. The second post said that this account was created 11/11/2020. The second account that was created only had 2 posts on it for the month of November. One post, 11/11. This post was a picture A picture of her with her hair black. On this post, particular 11/11 post 2020, it says she's from Houston, Texas. Okay? Now, I want you all to ask yourself, out of 2 different accounts, okay? Why in the world would you only have Houston, Texas on the account that you just opened on 11/11? One of the other locations that she says she's from is Clarksville, Tennessee, on another post. Okay, y'all? The rest of all the posts that she put up didn't even have a location, y'all. It didn't have a location on it at all. And you know what she did, y'all? She erased all of those pictures. She erased a bunch of posts. And the only thing that she left on there, 7/9, 11/11, and 11/26. And after that, then you start seeing little posts of December 2020 to now. If you all don't find that odd, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. The man that he was on the phone with, his first artist that he signed as a female artist, she gets signed right after Mo3 dies, like it was a reward. She opens up an account, the same account that Rainman has access to. He has access to this account because he promotes her through this account. The same day your boy gets taken out, the same day your new artist starts an account on, and she makes it her business to put her picture up there with black hair. And I'm going to tell y'all this. A lot of her pictures did not have no black hair on there. She always had blonde or red or pink hair. But for some reason this particular day, she wanted to prove that she was not in Dallas. The place where Mo3 passed away, she wanted to prove to people she wasn't there. So she posted that and she put Houston on there, on that particular picture. And what better way to say, I'm not the girl on the expressway with the blonde hair, because look at me, I got black hair today. Did she have time to change wigs? Yes. Did she have time to drive back to Houston? Yes. Did she, y'all? Because some people say, I don't know what I'm talking about. They say, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm making up stuff. Why would you, out of all the bloggers, all of a sudden want to protect someone that looks exactly like, body frame, everything? How she stand, everything. Hold her arm, everything. Why would you be trying to protect her? And then protect her with some evidence that doesn't even add up. It doesn't still prove anything. You want to go on the blogs and say, I'm all over the place. What do I have to do with anything except but trying to help find out what happened to this man? Because what happened to him can happen to anybody. It can happen to any one of your sons, your daughters. If these particular people feel like this is what they want to do, they can do it. And they can cover things up, just like things got covered up. This is why I do believe there's so many cases in Dallas that they're not finding out who did what. Because when you got dirty cops on the force and they're messing with evidence and they're showing up, making sure they show up first. And they no doubt probably got people working with them too at the police station. But they also got some people that been watching them because other people was talking at the police station. How did you think it got out about the phone in the water? People at the churches is talking. People that went to school with her, they're talking. And for them to take time out their schedules and come to an authority and leave a statement, people are tired of them, y'all. They're tired of all the cover-ups and everything being one-sided and people getting away with things. They're tired of it. They're tired of people being in these high-position jobs for years and years and years and things getting worse and worse and worse and their pockets getting fat and fat and fat. And no murders is getting solved. None is getting solved. And people are more and more and more don't want to talk to the police, scared because they little goons is going to come out. But for some reason now, when this happened to Mo3, people are putting their brave shoes on and they coming forward, talking to people, saying that, you know, I've been noticing this for a long time. He can deny that he's dealing with this woman. She can deny that she's dealing with this man. But there are elderly people coming forth saying that I've been knowing them from church to church that they didn't move from. And they're giving statements. People are talking. And apparently somebody's on background dancers team. They're talking. Saying he's ready to throw the hitters under the bus, some of his hitters, just so he can make sure that he do not go to jail. Now, if this is true, y'all, baby, and one cop just, was arrested for 2 crimes. Now another cop just got arrested on the 13th. They are digging, y'all. And nobody's off limits right now, including the commissioner. Nobody is off limits. And apparently they know who his regular goons is too in the police department, because a lot of things are being talked about on the hush hush, y'all. And it's staying away from his ears of what's really going on. So when you all hear videos of, background dancer is cleared now, don't believe it, y'all. Because the only way he's going to be cleared, and I don't even think it's going to work that well this time, even if he tell on somebody. Even if he is about to, tell on some of his hitters, and like I said, he should know everything. I don't know. Even if he is, I doubt he just get away like that. I don't think people are going to let them sacrifice them. Now, I want to get back to this movie. This movie was what they're saying he rushed back to in the first place. This movie, we got to find out, and I do believe this could be why Rainman is looking for his phone, to see if anything comes up on it. And if the police has custody of his phone, then I just hope and pray that it's not in the hands of, Christian Officer. Because if it's in those hands, whatever's on it's probably going to be destroyed outside of the family being able to pull up his records. Now, if the family was to go and pull up his records, then it would say a lot, y'all. It would say if he picked up somebody. It would say who all been calling him, ingoing, outgoing. A lot of things they can pull from that. So, I do believe that's why they're on the phone hunt right now. I do believe that. But like I said, it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot of back and forth going on. And I'm starting now that to know that it's a handful of Dallas bloggers that you can trust. Because, like I said, when I went to that movie and I pulled it up and I saw the polar bear films, I went and tried to pull up any information on polar bear films, and you cannot pull up anything on it on Google. So it's not even legit. And then if you go to if you go to YouTube, it pulls up really some crap, some kind of video stuff, like to do videos. It's not really pulling up, what you're seeing. Red flags, y'all. Now, another thing, like I said, is going around YouTube world is everybody's trying to figure out who's behind Mo3 TV. Everybody's been talking about this, but nobody's coming on out and saying anything. They're just saying any stuff in the background or comments. But all over YouTube world, they're saying Polar is behind Mo3 TV. I don't know. And I wish people stop asking me. Ask him. Because I don't know. But this is what people are saying. And for, him to have snippets, whoever person it is, of his, Mo3's music. And then now you find out that the movie has, the first movie has ties to someone named Polar Bear Films. People are connecting the dots, and they're starting to think, like, what is really going on in the YouTube world in Dallas? I've been sitting back, and I've been watching a lot of bloggers talk about Mo3. And I heard, like I said, that in March, that the movie is supposed to come out, part 2. And the closer that it has gotten to the movie, people are getting into it. The bloggers are getting into it. And it's like really petty stuff that they're getting into it about. It don't even make any sense. The closer it gets to this movie date coming out. That's what I'm hearing. Now, I have been rocking with certain people for a very long time. I have been rocking with them. And I kind of looked up to people, even though if they were younger than me, as long as they had been on here and doing their thing, I'll still look up to people. That's how I am. I don't care about, the clout as far as all of that. If I see somebody that does videos on YouTube and then I see their work is really good and they're not being noticed, I still look up to them even if I have more subscribers or even if they, I've been on here longer or they've been on here longer. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't. Just like I was trying to, not really trying to, but sending shout outs to certain females, to let them know that I like their work. It had nothing to do with anything else, but I like their work. Okay. And, it's just, if I see someone, I'm going to call it out. Like I called out somebody about they bullcrap. But the thing of it is, now I see things that I don't like, and I'm going to call it out because I don't like it. Like I said, I've been rocking with somebody, a couple people. And I sit back and I watched them go toe to toe with this other, the toothless or whatever you want to call them, blogger. They talked about their teeth, show your mouth, all this stuff. And when everybody got behind him against this person that he was talking about, I saw a flip of trying to make up with this person, which I found odd. I really did. I found odd that you went through this extreme to do. And then you turn around when everybody had your back and you flip-flopped. You know, fence rider. You don't know what side of the fence you want to be on. That's what I saw. And I had to step back. At first I thought like, okay, that's good. People trying to get along. I look at it like that. And then I turned around and I was like, what just happened? So I shut up. I ain't say nothing. But after that, you come at another blogger talking crazy to this other blogger that used to be from Dallas, that moved out of Dallas. But he's well respected by people in Dallas. They love him. He just did a fight. He came at this person. Then after that, you came after another blogger and disrespected him and disrespected his wife. And when I saw the pettiness of that, I had to step back and say, what is really going on? You didn't get off the subject of what's really going on out in the streets until Bloggerville land. And you're coming after everybody. And when that happens, and you're, in the vicinity of it as well, it makes you wonder, like, what you gonna come at me with? Like I said, that song, Monster. Build you up to tear you down. I don't know. But I'm gonna say this. I have had, I started from maybe 5 subscribers to where I am right now. And I'm going to say this because I know people like to take the credit for everything that happens when somebody else does really good. People likes to take a credit for it. Now, I've had some help from people a little bit, but I'm going to tell you this. I worked my butt off to get to where I am. Nothing was handed to me. Okay? And I have not been built up by anyone to tear me down. So the very bricks that these people like to build will be the bricks that fall on them, because I'm not in that mess. I'm not in Dallas, and I'm not in that mess. I've had a lot of people from Dallas reach out to me and tell me, to keep going because it's a mess there with all the crimes and all of the, and like I said, it's happening everywhere. It's not just there. But people have been very appreciative of me helping in whatever way that I could. And my helping has been to, tell what I know and what I'm hearing. And just because people don't want to hear the truth does not mean it's not true, because they don't want to hear it. So, that, that's what I have to say about that. Because I cannot, like I said, I'm not supporting no movie that has Rainman names on it. Because the reason why I cannot, especially the reason why I cannot support this movie is because Mo3 did not trust this man. And how I know he didn't trust this man, that he passed away and he took a password with him to his music. That's what I'm hearing. So maybe, just maybe, he felt something was not right about him and he knew something was up. This movie that, like I said, they rushed him back to. They finished the movie, y'all, and they finished it without him. So it wasn't no need for the rush. It wasn't no need for them to hound him like that, to make him come back at that time. And the fact that he came back and he was taken out, and somebody on that expressway looks just exactly like your new artist, and that new artist posted on 11/11 a new account trying to show herself with black hair, and now they done put her on and pushed her to the forefront like she's the best rapper that then came out since rapping started. She is no Queen Latifah. She's no MC Light. She's no Brat. She is no Nicki Minaj or Carly B. She's none of those. But they act like she's the best. And a recent picture came out, y'all, with all of the rappers from Dallas, all of the artists from Dallas. And they had the nerves to put Mo3 as number 1 on there, which he deserves that title. He does. But if Dallas knew he was number 1 and the best thing that came out of Dallas, why ain't he still here, y'all? Seriously, why ain't he still here? I looked at, the boxing match with Duke on there, and the talent that they call themselves they brought out, to perform. They showed up when Rainman showed up. You can ball all of them up in one and they still would not compare to what they just lost. They would not compare, y'all. So what they did was not good. What they did is not going to be brushed under the rug like they think it is, because these character witnesses, y'all, they would not be coming out. They would not be leaving statements. They wouldn't. If this was nothing, or if, they was really trying to cover up things. Because there are people in authorities right now that's keeping a lot of things secret from other authorities just to keep investigating certain people. And like I said, the thing right now is the ties. They are investigating these ties between these officers, the church and their kids that's suspects, the commissioner and all the dirt that he's been into, but they've been watching him for a while. But now they have several officers that's trying to protect them and hide things that they're doing. And you already know that there was someone on the inside, because when, the feds raided the commissioner house before, he was a step ahead of them. And they didn't really, they didn't do anything. Nothing came of it. Just like the phones. They were told to get rid of the phones by a particular officer. They have been staying ahead of them for a while. So is this why people are coming forth saying that, yeah, this has been going on for a while? And it's these people that just don't even want to be bothered with them anymore because so much crap is coming from them in their camp? Don't know. But these people would not be going into all of these details. You hear me? All of these details for nothing. They wouldn't be talking about when she graduated in 83 and 84 and came out in 97, 98 and all this other stuff. They would not be talking about this woman like this and talking about her sleeping with, you know, Bishop Hypocrite in the car. They would not be telling all of this if they wasn't working on something. And if it makes sense that somebody is working on something, because maybe that something that they're working on has gotten back to a particular dancer. And he's weighing his options right now of who he's going to give up out of his hitters. And the crazy part right now is the hitters got to be wondering, is he going to tell on me? Because I done did some dirt for this guy. So it's a lot going on. They're not talking about it, but it's a lot going on. And I don't know why people not saying anything. But they say it amongst themselves. Just like they're saying Polar is behind Mo3 TV. I don't know how true it is. I just know it's some pettiness that's been going on with that whole situation. And I don't like it. And I don't care to be attached to it. And when I ride with somebody and somebody doing something to somebody that I like, and then I'm riding with you, and then you turn around and do a U-turn, it make me side-eye you. It really does. It makes me side-eye who's really behind this part 2 movie. Because the stuff that I'm finding out now, it's not good. Not good at all. They used to talk about this guy named, I think his name was Juan Salas. That was from Dallas. And this Juan Salas guy that people think it is, he passed away. He passed away. So I'm not sure if this is the same person or not. Not sure. But it's a lot of things that's just not adding up. And like I said, everybody can sit back and talk about the things that I'm finding out. And I'm all over the place. They can say all they want. But my all over the place is a circle. It's a circle of people that Mo3 should have never been dealing with. He shouldn't have never had a manager named Rainman. Because as soon as he was about to get rid of him, he comes up, he's gone. And that manager that was managing him, name is all over everything. His name is on HSM. His name is on the movie that he was supposed to be in. His name that he's in. His name is all over the place. He's walking around with all of these, bodyguards and all these little artists that's not that good. And he's the man on the streets. But what would have been the situation if Mo3 would have been still alive? What would have been the situation? Now, I don't think that Mo3 would have just let Rainman just walk away without anything. I think he would have still gave him some stake because they both, worked together to build something. So I do believe that he would have given him some stake in HSM, that they would have probably still owned it together. But I do believe he would have went his own way and he would have did bigger things. I do believe that. And I think that the person that's on the pedestal now would not be on the pedestal that he's on right now if it wasn't for getting rid of Mo3, allegedly. I don't think he would be there. He would not be the man in charge. Mo3 would be in charge of his own things. I do believe that. And like I said in a previous video, you have someone, Mo3, that has on one side, he has somebody he looked up to in the rap world, Boosie. Then on one side, he had somebody that was his manager. And they were both pushing for him to sign with Empire. If you go and Google Mo3 record label, you will pull up Empire. You will pull up, and that's Ghazi's. He's going to make money off Mo3 while he's gone. You will pull up HSN, which is Rainman right now. He's going to make money off of him while he's gone. And you will pull up Boosie record label, and he's going to make money off of him while he's gone. And I have been seeing videos of him, talking back and forth like he is peed off about what happened to Mo3. I have seen lots and lots of videos of that. But what stands out the most right now is, how can you be mad at what happened to him and at the same time you're tied to them? I don't see it. He recently did a concert with Pinkeye. You are still tied. He is a name by himself. He don't need to promote with this girl. She's not even on his level. But he's doing concerts with her. Now, if he's not 100% sure if she was the one on that expressway, why is he still tied to Rainman? Ask yourself this question, y'all. How can he still be tied to Rainman? You doing shows with his artists now that ain't really all that. Ask yourself this question. Why was it a big deal for her to post and say that she was in Houston the day that Mo3 passed? Change hair and everything. But no post in between those dates, before or after, until the 26th of November. Why that day? Why did you open up account? And you open up account that you and Rainman has access to. Why that date? Why get rid of all your other posts? And all your other posts that you got rid of, I still got them, y'all. And there is no city and state on them. Only other post was Clarksville. I promise y'all. Clarksville, Tennessee. She had a post for that state. And that date on the 11th, Houston. She wanted people to know she was in Houston. Anyway, y'all, I didn't talk enough, but I thought a lot of things was very odd. And them doing shows together, to me, is odd. Unless it's some keep your enemies close and your friends, stuff. Your friends closer and the enemies closer stuff. That's the only way I can see him doing a concert with her. Other than that, why would you even want to be attached to anything that Rainman does? Seriously, y'all. That's the true definition of a snake. And he loves to boost it in people's face and laugh in your face. You built Mo3 up just to tear him down. You built him up so that he was on the top. He did not even need to beef with other artists to be noticed. His talent spoke for itself. He didn't have to beef with nobody. He helped this beef grow from a seed. He helped it. He built this man up and he tore him down to the point where everybody hated him. Everybody. He wanted him to be the most notorious person that everybody hated. And for what, y'all? For what? When Mo3 wanted to get off that bandwagon, they didn't want him to. They would rather see him in the ground before they let him leave Dallas. If they didn't like him, let him. Why wasn't he allowed to move away? Run him out the state if you didn't want him around. His talent was outshining y'all's. But why did he have to go in the ground? Allegedly, he bought a house in California. Why did he have to go in the ground if he was leaving? If they didn't want no dealings with him, he could have did shows without them. He didn't need them to be on the roster with him. He could have went out of town and did shows. What was the purpose? I often wondered, did he know something? Or was it just purely jealousy? Jealousy, unnecessary beefs, and somebody else wanting to take his place that didn't have any talent, but it would bring attention to him because it made him look like he made Mo3. He didn't make Mo3. Mo3 was already talented. It was just a matter of time of people finding out. So he didn't make him. He would have did just fine without him. He probably would still be alive if he wasn't dealing with Rainman. But when the devil comes to collect, he comes to collect. And you have to let go of people that you shouldn't be dealing with. And he, at the end, knew that he shouldn't have been dealing with Rainman. And it was too late. Because even if though he was trying to, make a life outside of him, dealing with this guy, he still took too long to get away from him. He still was listening to him. He still was talking to him all the time, letting him know all his business. Now ask yourself this question. If somebody was in the car with him, did Rainman tell him to go pick up someone? There were lots of cars on the expressway. If somebody did get out of the car with him, they could have easily gotten into another car because there was a lot of people out there. They could have easily have done that. People are saying, why didn't the truck driver and anybody come forward or whoever got shot? And they're saying, is they scared? They don't know them. Why would they be scared? Is it because of the commissioner or the people on the police station that's helping hide evidence? Is that what they're scared of? That's why they're not coming forward? The other person that got shot? I don't know. Maybe they're already talking, said what they had to say. And maybe, they're just not putting it out there. Maybe that's why the character statements are coming into play, because people are lying and they're catching them up with their lying. I was lied to in my email saying that people did not associate with them. They didn't even know them. I don't know no rappers. How don't you know them if you go to church with them? You're taking pictures all around them the same date. How do you not know them? Their parents go to the church, and sisters and grandparents went to the church. How do you not know them? You have moved from one church to another one following this man, sleeping with him from a young age. How do you not know him? So this is why I do believe the character statements are coming into play. And I do think that the background dancer has gotten wind of it too, that if they're investigating the commissioner and they're investigating my girl from church, Christian Officer, then I am on the chopping block too. And he must have mentioned this to someone, that he's weighing out his options of which hitters he's going to give up. So stay tuned, y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for watching, y'all.